Hey, it's Rachel. So this video is long overdue. I'm sure a lot of you are really curious to hear about how my January Whole30 went. I was really good about vlogging at the beginning and did my week 1 review where I kind of gave you an update about how it was going. But then I just stopped sharing how I was feeling. And that's because this Whole30 didn't really go according to plan. So I did the Whole30 to share with you guys because I did it a long time ago for the first time. I think it was like 3 years ago was the first time I'd done it, and had discovered that I could get rid of my fibro pain by eliminating gluten, dairy, and soy. And I really wanted you guys to do this with me because I thought if it worked for me, maybe it would work for you. But the very first week of my Whole30, I got fibro pain. And it really got to me because I had been living without pain for so long that all of a sudden, now that I'm doing what I think is healthy and what I think is right and what I think you should do, if that's causing me pain, why am I doing this? Why am I telling you guys to do this? And I really emotionally and mentally went back and forth about, do I keep promoting this or do I not? But I kept doing the Whole30. So week 2, I did lots of batch cooking, and I shared with you guys the pulled pork recipe and how I repurposed that into different meals. And then week 3 came along, and week 3 I had a horrible fibro flare, and I really just retreated away from you guys. I stopped sharing on social media as much. I stopped filming what I eat in a day because I couldn't understand why I was getting so much pain when here I was being super strict. And then I realized why. This might be TMI for all of the dudes that are watching this, but considering that most people with fibromyalgia are women, I think you'll relate to this. I found out, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that my menstrual cycle causes fibro flares. Yay! I know, that sucks, right? I kind of had this idea for about the last 6 months that maybe it was related, but because I wasn't doing the Whole30, I couldn't tell you for sure whether or not it was related. So this time around, when I was doing the Whole30 and I was having a menstrual cycle and I got my fibro pain, boom, right there. It told you, yeah, they're related, unfortunately. And it kind of makes sense because, you know, it interrupts whatever calmness your stomach and your system has. It causes inflammation, yada. So that's just something to think about if you are doing the Whole30, if you are changing up what you eat because you are trying to get rid of your fibromyalgia and you are female, definitely keep that in mind. I spoke with my doctor a couple weeks ago about this, and she said she's not surprised at all that actually a lot of different health issues. She said she had one patient that suffers from seizures, and they always get worse during her menstrual cycle. So something to think about. And that's something that I learned with this Whole30. And it's funny because this is my 7th Whole30, and I really thought that I knew what I was doing and that this was just to share with you guys and not so much for me. And it ended up being the complete opposite. I learned so much about my body, about my emotions, about how I view food, about how I feel my body with food. And it just really caught me by surprise. So I am really glad that I did this. I can tell you that week 4 was awesome. I had absolutely no fiber pain whatsoever. I had tons of energy. I didn't have any stomach issues, aka constipation. Yeah, okay. We're gonna talk about that on my channel because it's important, right? No problems pooping during the Whole30. So it was great, and I am really motivated now to get back to making videos and keep sharing with you guys, because I think that we're definitely onto something. But I don't want to continue the Whole30. I did my 30 days. It is January 31st. I'm over it. It's done. But what's next, right? So many of you guys have found my channel because of the Whole30. That's like the #1 search term that people use to find my videos. So now that it's February and I want to go back to eating normal, what can I do for you guys to keep watching me? And I really wasn't sure. As far as my diet goes, I am going to continue being gluten-free. I'm going to continue being soy-free. I am actually going to continue being dairy-free. That's a bit of a change. I started this January Whole30 to see if I can reintroduce dairy. At this point, I don't really care. I am in such a good place right now that cheese and yogurt, that's kind of how I feel about it. So no, I'm not going to be reintroducing that. The only thing that I will be reintroducing is rice. And that's just because I need another carb source in my diet. And if I have to see another potato again, I am going to scream, because during this Whole30, I ate potatoes in every single meal. I'm so over them. So a lot of my meals are you're gonna see rice. I'm probably gonna bring back quinoa. I'm probably gonna bring back gluten-free oats, things like that. So that's my diet. But I wasn't sure if you guys would be interested in that because it's not Whole30. And then I was out with my friend Mike last night, and he did a Whole30, and he's thinking about doing one in February. And he reminded me that I still have so much to share with you guys that I just take for granted because I've been doing it for years. So on my very first Whole30, I learned that you should always, always, always read the ingredient list. You would not believe the stuff that is in food that you just didn't know. For example, I think I wrote a blog post a long time ago that a couple canned tomato brands, just canned tomatoes, have high fructose corn syrup in it. Why? I don't know. And so that's why I use the Red Gold canned tomatoes. That company reached out to me and said, we're just tomatoes. Here, try some. And that's awesome. And so I continue to use that brand. But things like that, things that I take for granted. Or how about, what do I bring for lunch if I can't bring a sandwich and chips? That seems so obvious to me, but it might not be obvious to a lot of people. And so I'm gonna keep sharing what I eat. I'm gonna try to keep sharing what I've learned over the years. But if you guys have questions, that is the best thing that you can do for me, because I forget what people are interested in. I forget what I was interested in, 4 years ago or 3 years ago when I started this. So please ask me your questions, write them in the comments below, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. It's Pain Free Kitchen everywhere. And sorry, it's Pain Free Kitchen everywhere. Instagram, etc., etc. I also have a Snapchat. I don't know if you're into that, but I have one, Pain Free Kitchen. But yeah, so tell me what you want me to share. As far as any weight loss, after that first week, I did drop those 7 pounds. In the second week, I gained a few of them back. I'm right at 130. I've been at 130 this entire time. So in February, I am going to be tweaking my food a little bit and doing some experimentation just because I do want to lose weight. And so I'm going to try a few things out, and then if they work, I will share it with you guys if you're interested. So yeah, anyway, that's it. I really don't know what else to say. I just wanted to get this video out for those of you who are about to start your Whole30 in February and kind of want to get more ideas of what happened to me. Anyway, okay, I'm just gonna stop talking, so bye guys. But it is January 7th, 6:30-ish, I think, in the morning. I wanted to say, hey, good morning, and I'm gonna be filming what I eat in the day today. And today, I packed my food.